Guaranty Trust Bank has maintained its position as the leading bank in Nigeria. What is the secret behind this success?
God, I guess it's always easy to give answers when you've been successful. The truth is, we've built over the years probably very strong corporate governance. We've got very good young people, so there's a lot of talent and there's a lot of human capital. We have a very simple strategy. We're very focused. We know what we're chasing, and we are basically running our own race. And so far, it's worked for us.
You said you know what you're chasing. What are you chasing?
Well, I think for us, if you look at our byline, we're proudly African, truly international. We believe Guaranty Trust Bank has the potential to be the most profitable bank in Africa one day. We also believe it has a chance to be a bank that everybody would admire. And what we've always tried to build is a bank that would survive, that you could put anywhere in the world. And those are the things that drive us.
Who are your clients and what products and services do you offer?
Okay, Guaranty Trust Bank base is a high-end wholesale bank. I'm going to try not to mention too many names, but basically we have bank over 90% of the corporates in Nigeria. We bank in the oil and gas segments, in telecoms, in manufacturing, fast-moving consumables. But having said that, over the last 5 years, we've built a very strong retail business in a country that has 157 million people, 80 million mobile phones. We know that that's a good area. We've grown that business from 250,000 people to about 3.8 million. We have different products. We do project finance for them. We do invoice discounting for the high ends. We do what we call GAPS, which is like a cash management scheme where we help them pay all their suppliers and contractors. In the retail landscape, because we like young people, we believe young people are the future, we have special accounts which are all like internet based, and you don't come into the branches. We have e-products, we have very strong internet banking platform, we're going into mobile banking, and so basically for us, we believe one of the only sustainable sources of competitive advantage in banking is cost, and so most of the products we develop are designed to be cost competitive.
Tell me, why is now a good time to invest in Africa and specifically Nigeria?
Africa's time has come. I think the economists said that. There are very few countries in the world today where you see GDP growth of over 6%. Most African economies today have GDP growth of 6%, 7%, 8%, 9%. This was the type of growth only ascribed to BRIC countries. If you look at developed economies, you have negative growth, you have 0.5. So in any economy that's growing over 6%, this is the time. If you look at Nigeria, we've averaged probably 7% GDP growth. Oil prices at a good level. I think we've had 3 different democratic governments in Nigeria. So if you look at everything in terms of corporate governance, in terms of GDP growth, I think this is a great time to be in Nigeria. And I say Nigeria is probably one of the best kept secrets in the world today.
And what advice would you give to somebody looking to start a business venture in Nigeria?
Well, first, like anywhere in the world, you have to understand the economy you're going into. You have to know what the legal framework is. You have to know the environment you're going into. I think after you've done that, Nigeria's a pretty simple place. It's like most places in the world. If you understand how business works, and also if you're going to have local partners, make sure you have credible local partners. And obviously, selfishly, if you have a strong local bank, then we can also play an advisory role and we can help you go through and maneuver through some of the minefields that you would find.
Corporate social responsibility is at the forefront of your business strategy. What projects do you participate in and how are they making a difference?
Absolutely. We make all our money in Nigeria, so obviously we think we should give back. But having said that, I also think there's a selfish aspect to corporate social responsibility. If you give back to your community, then people will make sure nothing happens to you. They'll come to your aid if anything's going wrong, and they'll take your apologies a lot easier than they would take other people's. Our corporate social responsibility is structured around young people. We adopt schools, so we help them in education. We support them in music. We support them in the arts. We support them in fashion. So really, that's really what our corporate social responsibility is built around. And I think we are making a difference. We've picked a generation probably from about age 10 to about 24, and we're channeling their energies and their talents and resources towards productive things.
Finally, what's next for Guaranty Trust Bank?
Well, right now, most people would say Guaranty Trust Bank is a Nigerian bank. I think in 5 years, what we would like to do is to have positioned this bank as a truly strong African franchise. Today, we're in 5 African countries. I think in 5 years, we should be in about 12 to 14. And hopefully, we'll be in the top 3 in terms of profitability when you talk about African banks.